morning and happy Monday. Thought I would pick up my camera and film today. I know in my last video I did mention that I wanted to start making more daily vlog style videos and just videos in general, but I feel like it's been just over a month since I last uploaded, so that's not gone too great. But it's not for any reason other than I think that I am just a little bit out of the habit of filming. So I think once I pick up the camera more often, it will become more of a routine. So here's hoping. And yeah, just between then and now, nothing like super interesting has been going on, just working and just life stuff in general. In terms of sort of like my tracking and fitness and weight loss, there hasn't been any great consistency with any of it. Surprise, surprise. I have had periods where I've tracked for a couple of days and I've made really great, nutritious, healthy choices, been to the gym, and then for whatever reason that's just not continued. Been really sort of like back and forth with my food choices. So yeah, not great, not like super bad, but not good either. So I have had a couple of long walks, some hikes in the lakes. I have been two weekends I've gone to the lakes and had a lovely walk. Myself and Jim are trying to complete the Wainwright walks at the moment. There's over 200 of them, so it's going to take us some time. But we had done some of them prior to we decided to get a scratch map with all the walks outlined, and when we received it, we decided just to start afresh and do all of the ones that we had done previously again, because we're mental. So yeah, we've got a few of them ticked off. So yeah, it's nothing too super exciting has been going on, but one thing has remained, that I am still very much determined, is that the right word, to lose this weight, get fitter, get healthier. It's always like there in my head. So it does super confuse me why I can't make it more of a priority and just try it a little bit harder and make that conscious effort. I did mention in my last video that one of the things that I was working towards is like awareness and making sure that I keep myself aware of like my main goals and my long-term sort of goals and things like that, just to try and not let my subconscious slip in and to do things that have become habitual that are tripping me up day in day out, that's actually going quite well. So one of I had a little like list of tools that I was going to do to sort of help me with that. One of the things was setting reminders on my phone to pop up throughout the day with just things like, has today taken you one step closer to your goal, or is it or are you like still, I can't think of what it says, but it's basically, have you made today count so far towards your goal? And just, yeah, just little reminders throughout the day to stay aware of you know what I want to happen, my goals, and just to try and keep it fresh and at the forefront of my mind. And that's really helped. There has been occasions where, you know, it's popped up and said, I've had my little message pop up and I've read it and been like, yeah, okay, yeah, you've got this. So that's been really helpful. And I do honestly think that my mindset is changing towards sort of food and towards my activity level and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, there are days where all I want to do is just sit on the sofa and not move, and I think that's totally normal. I think we all just have days where our best looks very different. But I have noticed my mindset changing, like in a very strange way, because I think anybody that's like struggled with food addiction or binge eating or anything like that, you kind of feel like that is your normal. You kind of feel like the things you do just are somewhat normal. So it always feels like it's going to be a massive struggle to make the right choice, or to make the better choice, or the choice that you do truly want. So there has been many occasion over the last few weeks where I've done that somewhat naturally, and then after the fact thought, oh, that's actually quite good, you know, and like considered what my choices would have been a few months ago or last year or that kind of thing. So that's really pleasing, and I think the more I continue to do what I'm doing in terms of trying to keep myself more aware, and just the overall sort of awareness of my relationship with food, and trying to discover why it is the way it is, I feel like I'm cracking that a little bit, which is really, really good. So I have been wanting to come and do a weigh-in update, and I just kind of thought, do you know what, I'm gonna make like a daily vlog style video today. There isn't sort of like anything super exciting going on, but some of the videos that I most enjoy watching on YouTube are the ones where people are just sort of like filming the day-to-day life. I don't know why, maybe I'm super nosy, but I really, really enjoy them videos. So I thought I want to give it a go and see how I get on, and then also sort of like my food that I'm eating and how I'm feeling towards my fitness, my weight loss, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've wanted to make a weigh-in update. Now, back in January, at the start of the year, when I was like recommitting to my fitness goals, I wanted to consistently weigh in on a Friday, and I think that's kind of like, it started off not too bad, but over the course of the last few months it's really sporadic weigh-ins. So I'm just gonna take it right back to January and go through my weigh-ins and like talk a little bit about sort of my most recent weigh-in and my feelings towards it and whatnot. So back on the 2nd of January, I weighed in at 15 stone 13.4. And then on the 9th of January, I weighed in at 15 stone 9.4. On the 30th of January, I was 15 stone 9.6. And then on the 4th of February, I was 15 stone 8.6. And then it jumps all the way to March, the 17th of March, which was my last weigh-in. And I weighed in at 15 stone 7. And then obviously between then and now I'd not weighed in. And on Friday, well, I think it was Thursday, I can't remember what day it was, but I kind of just said to myself, like, just do it, just get it over with, do your weigh-in tomorrow and just see what we're working with. Because I've kind of like, although I've not been really bad, I've not like totally fallen off the bandwagon and gone absolutely hell for leather, but I haven't been super consistent, like I said, and there has definitely been days where I have been way over my calorie goal, way over sort of like maintained calories. So I was totally like ready to have gained, and to have like gained quite a lot. I'm not sure why or where it was from, but I was convinced that I had gained a lot of weight. And I think that's probably, if I'm totally honest, one of the reasons why I was putting it off, because I did that really silly thing where like I'd had like a few days where I knew that I had eaten over my calorie goal, even though I hadn't tracked. It was just pretty obvious. I think I've been doing this long enough now that I've got like a general gauge of calories of most foods, so even if I'm not tracking, I'm pretty certain like I got a fairly accurate idea of how many calories I had that day. So yeah, I was just absolutely, like, my mind was made up that I had gained. And I think what I was doing was just trying to hold off to have a couple of like really good days or a good week so that I could weigh in and it wouldn't be so bad. Because as much as I like to say, you know, the scales don't affect me or I'm not really fussed, obviously it is disheartening to step on the scales and see it going up, or see it sort of like not reflecting what you want it to say. So, but that being said, it doesn't completely rule my life in terms of I've kind of made my peace with it somewhat. If I haven't done what's necessary to lose weight, I can't be mad at the scale, and I can't, that's just so stupid in my opinion for me to then like go on and have a really bad day and be like, you know, upset about it because I've not done anything to warrant a loss. So yeah, I've been doing it long enough now that I've made my peace with it. So, but having said that, yeah, I was just a little bit like, I really don't want to weigh myself at the moment. But anyway, Thursday I decided, that's it, I'm gonna weigh in tomorrow. It doesn't matter what it is, it's just somewhat of a it's just information to go forward with. So then I jumped on the scale on the 21st of April, Friday just gone, and I weighed in at 15 stone 7.4, and I was shook. I was absolutely shook. That is to me essentially a maintain. I know it's like a 0.4 of a pound gain, but I'd not even been to the toilet or anything, so I'm pretty certain it was exactly a maintain, which is absolutely wild, completely wild. And although sort of in reality that's just so much time wasted that I could have been really trying and had a decent loss and been much closer to my overall goal, but I was really chuffed. I was really chuffed about it. So that's where we're at. That's where we are now. And another thing as well, which I think is something that I'm really chuffed with, is that even though it's super small, my weight from January has incrementally gone down. I haven't had any of this. I mean, I know I haven't like weighed in regularly, so this is not very accurate, but I haven't been sort of like losing 4 pounds, gaining 6, losing 3 pounds, gaining 2, losing 1 pound, losing 2 pounds, gaining 8 pounds. And that was sort of like the path of my previous years in attempting to lose weight. I would be really good and then mess it up, really good, mess it up. And I know, like I've said, that over the last month or so I have not been super consistent. With that being said, there has been, like, my mindset has changed. So even though I have eaten things that don't sort of like align with how I want to eat nutritionally and feed my body and fuel my body, I mean, we all need our occasional treats, but I'm talking just like eating sometimes for like the sake of it or whatever, or that kind of side of it is not so much there at the moment, and it's more just hunger. And even though there has been sort of meals that I've chosen, like burger and chips, I don't know, burger, chips and onion rings or something like that, I've been having much smaller portions of it out of choice, even when I wasn't tracking. And that to me completely blows my mind. Like, I can't even tell you how strange of a concept that is to me, because I'm usually like before in the mindset of like, okay, I'm having a cheat meal, therefore how much of this cheat meal can I have and what can I have after, blah blah blah. But like having a reasonable portion of the food, and obviously I've maintained the weight. So although it's not great, it really does show me that that side of it is starting to click and it is starting to work. Because for sure, if this was last year and I'd gone like a month with inconsistent tracking and inconsistent fitness and workouts, then I would have gained. So there's something to be taken from that. So yeah, quite chuffed. So over the course of the weekend, I have been tracking and I have been really good. And myself and Laura had a little conversation on Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. If you're new to my channel, Laura is my friend who also is on like a weight loss, wellness, fitness journey. She also films her journey here and uploads on Instagram. So if you would like to follow her as well, I'll leave a link to her in my in the bio. But yeah, we basically are on very similar journeys and have very, very, very similar experiences. And it's really nice to have somebody that gets it, that understands, and that has similar struggles. And we have been quite sort of supportive of each other in the past. But we just basically recommitted to ourselves and each other that we're going to get this damn thing done. Because we just really, 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 really want it. And we have similar things as well in terms of where we're tripping up and where we think we're sort of letting ourselves down. So we basically sort of recommitted and said we're gonna really, really try. So it's nice to have a little bit of an accountability buddy. Would super recommend it, because sometimes you just want to like really bitch and moan about things that you probably most people would be like, why is that even an issue? I don't get it. But so yes, since Thursday, I want to say, I don't know, my brain is mush at the moment, so I can't remember, but certainly since Thursday I've been tracking and sort of like really focused on my weight loss and health journey, so that's good, and I am going to take that forward. So in 2 weeks time, I'm not sure if I've said this on a previous video, but I am going on holiday next month. In fact, it's 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. I'm back in January. I said to myself I was going to lose so much weight before I went on holiday, and it's not came to fruition. So I'm under no illusion that in 2 weeks time I'm going to lose 5 stone, but I'm certainly it's enough time and enough opportunity to like de-blow and flood my body with nutrients and health and just feel a little bit more alive, a little less sluggish. And you know, I could potentially, I think sort of 4 pounds ish is achievable, and that would certainly make me feel a little bit more comfortable in my clothes and what have you. So I've just sort of said to myself, well, over the next 2 weeks, just try really, really hard. No fad diets, no, you know, 2 weeks not eating anything, but just sensible, healthy choices. And that is the plan. And also, while I am in Greece, I want to continue this mindset. Not in the fact of like going on holiday and being really miserable and not having dessert and tracking every day, that kind of thing, but just not using my holiday as an excuse to overeat, to overindulge, because I have done that on previous holidays and I just end up feeling rubbish, and I come back from a holiday feeling worse than I left, and that's just ridiculous. So thankfully, I have been to Greece before. I've been to the island of Crete. This year I'm going to Kefalonia, which looks insanely beautiful, and I cannot wait. 2 weeks of paradise, and boy do I need it. But thankfully I love myself a Greek salad, love myself all the Greek seafood. So I think most of the choices that I make there would be an easy, healthy one anyway. Don't get me wrong, certainly going to have the odd ice cream and cocktail. But like I said, I just don't want to use it as an excuse to overindulge and just eat loads of food So yeah, that's the plan. So I thought I would try and vlog as much as possible over this next couple of week period. I do feel very, very rusty, I have to say, so you're gonna have to forgive me while I'm getting back into the habit of vlogging. And I haven't decided whether I'm gonna film when I go away or just have a complete like digital detox. But if you would really like to see a holiday vlog, let me know in the comments, and if it's something that people would be really interested in watching, then I will certainly give it a good go. But yeah, today is a bit of a weird one. It's just a Monday. So Mondays I have off from work. Mondays are technically my Sundays. So it's like a little bit of a life admin day. I've got some chores that I need to do that I've been putting off. I've got some errands to run, food to be ate. So I thought I would pick up my camera and film it. But yeah, cheers to Monday and cheers to a very happy, healthy, lovely week. So I had a massive clothing clear out over the last couple of weeks and put all of the bits that I felt like I could sell aside to pop on Vinted, and I've just been very lazy and not got around to doing it. But yesterday I ended up uploading a few items, and I've sold two of the items already, which I'm very pleased about. Yeah, I don't know about anybody else's like clothing situation, but mine seems to get out of hand very, very quickly. So there was just a bunch of things in my wardrobe and I just wasn't really reaching for them, or they were too small now, that kind of thing. So I decided to have a really big clear out. I feel like I need to do it again because I am a massive hoarder, especially when it comes to clothes. I don't know why. I've got like sentimental attachment to clothing, or I always think, well, you know, doesn't look quite good now, but it might at some stage, or I don't know. I feel like there's just, my brain refuses to believe that you can never buy clothes again once you get rid of them. So anyway, I'm just going to parcel up the two items that I've sold, and then I'm going to go to drop them off at the pickup stop. However, I've chosen like a newsagent that's quite close to me, and last time I went with a parcel that you needed to print off a label for, even though it says it very clearly on the app that it's there's a printer there and you can print off your labels, they said that you couldn't. But I don't know why I've decided to try again, but I have. So hopefully this time that will work, because otherwise I've got to walk down into the village, which is a considerable long way. I do want to go on a little walk, so it's kind of like killing a couple of birds with one stone, and I don't actually mind too much about walking a bit further, but it is a lot further than I'm anticipating going. So we will see. I would have driven down, but Jim is delivering a piece of furniture today, so that's no problem. I bought these really handy packing bags from Amazon. I think they were about £8 or something, and there's 100 different sizes of them. But how handy is that? They're so much better. Before I was like trying to use like brown paper and stuff and it just wasn't working. So you've got some smaller sized ones at this size, and then the medium ones, which I think is probably the majority of the sizes needed, and then there's some that are a bit bigger than that. So how handy are they? I'm very happy with them. Yes, so the plan is to now get these get these parcelled up and taken to the shop. So that was a success. The newsagents has now got an every label printer, which is super handy. So it's about a 15-minute walk there and a 15-minute walk back, so about 30 minutes in total. I did try and do it as quickly as possible, which has resulted in me being a bit red. I also downed a cup of peppermint and licorice tea just before I set off, and I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. But the closer I got to home, the more desperately I needed a wee, so I ended up really rushing on the way back. The time is now 12:30 and I'm gonna have my lunch. And my lunch today is the Covent Garden classic chicken soup, because I am a really big fan of soups. I'm a really big fan of soups, and I'm a really big fan of salads. I know some people are they really don't like them, but I actually really do. So, and the thing I really like about soups, especially for my lunch, is I feel like it's a nice big amount of food, and it keeps me really full for a fair amount of hours. I always feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I freaking adore sandwiches. They are amazing. But I always feel like if I have like a tuna sandwich or a chicken salad sandwich or something like that, I don't know why, but I sometimes I instantly feel hungry after I've eaten it. Whereas with things like soups, they do keep me nice and full. So yeah, I feel like I need to pop out to the shop at some point today to pick something up for tea tonight, and also for lunches for the next few days at work. So I'm going to continue to have soups. I'm just going to get a nice selection of fresh ones. And I have really been enjoying having them with the salt and vinegar Snacker Jacks. They're really nice. I've always been quite into sort of like rice cakes and corn cakes. Never really reached for the flavoured ones. I normally just go for the plain old sort of bog standard ones, but I was kind of craving salt and vinegar flavour, so I thought I'd give them a go. They are 43 calories per cake, and yeah, they're really yummy. I do put a little bit of Lurpak on them. I don't know if people are going to find that really gross, and dip it into the soup, but it's been really good. I'm not sure if it's going to work with a chicken soup, however, because the last time I've done it with tomato and like a country winter vegetable style. So I ain't sure, however, I'm going to give it a go. Now 5 o'clock, and the last clip I filmed was my lunch. I can confirm that the salt and vinegar Snacker Jacks worked really well with the chicken soup, so I was pleased about that. And since then I've helped Jim take some photos of some furniture that he's done. I've done some work myself, and also I needed to pop to a shop to grab something for tonight's tea and to pick up my lunches for work over the next couple of days, and a few food bits. See, I don't know what's going on at the moment, but there is hundreds of roadworks in my village, and it's like, seriously, every road has like temporary lights or some form of roadworks going on, and it's crazy. So the journey to Morrison's and back, which probably would take about no more than sort of like 10 minutes each way, literally has taken like half an hour, 40 minutes each way to get, but never mind. Thought I would quickly show you what I picked up. I grabbed some apple and mango sparkling water, which I had a little drink of on the way home. I got some Morrison's wholemeal rolls to have alongside my soup if I'm not fancying Snacker Jacks that day, and also for Jim to make some sandwiches and whatnot for his lunch. I got some eggs, my favourite brand of eggs, absolutely delicious. I picked up some multi-pack of the proper corn sweet and salty. They're only 65 calories per pack. Not too sure on the carbs and whatnot, but it's like a nice little sweet treat, and quite low calorie, so I thought I'd grab some of them. I do really enjoy popcorn. I've not had it in ages too. Got some foil. Why is tin foil so expensive? It's literally so expensive at the moment. I don't know what is going on. I've got some more of the salt and vinegar Snacker Jack rice cakes as a little snack or to have with my soup. I got some strawberries and some raspberries. I've been really loving having my favourite yogurt of all time, and I could easily say the best yogurt of all time is the Yeo Valley Greek style with honey. It's divine. It is seriously like a pudding. It's so yummy, and I love having that with some berries, sometimes with a little bit of granola. But yeah, the berries and the yogurt on its own is just such, I personally think it tastes like pudding, so that's good. Got myself a peach flavoured sparkling water as well as the apple and mango. I got some tuna. I like the one that's in spring water, it's so much easier to sort of deal with. And then the soup choices that I made were, I got the cream of tomato soup, new Covent Garden chicken one, the one I had today, it's really good. And then I thought I'd try this hearty root vegetable with pearl barley for my work lunches. I really have been trying over the last sort of few months to try and make snack choices if I'm feeling like quite hungry between meals and feel like I just need a little something to tide me over. I'm trying to make them either like a protein sauce or like a veggie sauce. I don't know why that tickled me, but it did. So I feel like things like these fridge raiders, which is essentially just little pieces of chicken, and pepperamis are really good. If I'm feeling super organised, I might sort of crack open a tin of tuna to take, as that's a really good snack, super low calorie and obviously lots of protein and pretty healthy. I've got some cheese, just some mild cheddar cheese. I got some jacket potatoes because that's what we're having for tea tonight. And this particular brand, I know it's stupid, a potato is a potato, right? But this particular brand of bacon potatoes, it's just Morrison's the best bacon potatoes, make the nicest jackets. Like, they are so good. So good. I like to bake them in the oven for ages and ages, so I'll have to get them in now, as it is currently 5:10. So I'll get them in a second. But yeah, they do make really yummy potatoes. Some butter. I picked up these for Jim, which are the bird's eye chicken char grills. I really like these. They're really yummy, and they're super low calorie too. So per like chicken grill, they are 147 calories. As Jim's trying to be a little bit healthier as well, so I thought if he's got these in the freezer, he can just like cook some with a salad or maybe have in one of the rolls. But I just thought, as I'm grabbing myself some lunches for the next couple of days, I'll get him something, an option. Some gravy for Jim, as he is having his baked potato with sausage and gravy. Let me know your preferred baked potato topping in the comments. I'd love to know what you all like. My favourite's tuna, and sometimes beans and cheese, just delicious. And then Jim asked for some chocolate, so I picked him up a dairy milk salted caramel, which I'm very eager to try. So if I have the calories left over, I might have like 2 squares of this. But yeah, that's it. Oh, actually, I also picked up a couple of magazines. I got Women's Health. I used to get this all the time and I haven't had it in so long. On a mission to try and cut down on spending, I stopped buying stuff like magazines, but I do really enjoy them. So I got Women's Health, and then I also got Women's Running. I really want to start running outside. I have done the Coach to 5k on a treadmill indoors. I completed that, I think it was last summer, and then I fully intended to carry on the training and do the C to 10k from the point I did the C to 5k. I think it was the summertime, and I was gonna aim to do the sorry, my head is such a mess. I finished the Coach to 5k in summer, and I wanted to do the C to 10k between summer and Christmas, like the new year, but I never did it. I don't know why. I fell off the sort of wagon with it, but I did really enjoy it. There is actually a vlog from that time period, and it's the day in which I did a full 30 minutes running. I think I did 5k as well. So like 30 minutes non-stop running, and I was absolutely chuffed, and I had so many endorphins, and I was just really happy. And I don't know why I stopped doing it, but I would love to get back into it, and I think I'm gonna start to do the Coach to 5k outside, because I have tried to jog outside before and it's just not worked. It's been a massive fail. But that's also true for treadmill running, but then I stuck with it, and I actually ended up doing it. So I want to restart the program outdoors this time and see how I get on with that. But yeah, as it's so late, thank you to all the roadworks at the moment, I better go and put my jacket potatoes in the oven. So I've just finished tea and it was super yummy. Love me a jacket potato, but I think I'm gonna end today's video here, as I want to just get settled down and watch some TV for the rest of the night. So I'm ending, well, hopefully, so far I am on my calorie goal, which is great. I've got about 100 calories left over, so I might have them, I might not. But I'll update tomorrow if I do end up finishing another day on track. And yeah, good to be back filming. I'm hoping to film tomorrow. I am over in work and I'm planning on going to the gym, so hopefully I can bring you along with me. But yeah, if you liked today's video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, stay happy, healthy and well. Bye.